coming up on Sports Night.
Women's lacrosse looks for the three-peat in the Big Ten tournament.
Baseball welcomes Washington to Evanston for the first time as members of the Big Ten.
And softball faces Wisconsin to cap off their final home series before the Big Ten tournament.
Lexi, I know this is a Northwestern sports show, but there's been a lot going on in pro sports this past week.
I know, right? We had both the Bucks and the Lakers choking in the playoffs, the Pistons forcing a Game 6.
Wait, the what? I mean, I've been locked into the exhilarating early season MLB action.
Said literally no one ever. But you know what we do say every week?
It's Sports Night
right now. Welcome back to Sports Night. I'm Lexi Jordan alongside Leo Tesler. Leo, tell me, how was your week?
It was pretty good. I played some softball. I watched the NFL draft.
You know who else watched a lot of the NFL draft? Shedeur Sanders.
Let's hope he's not watching tonight. The regular season is over for the Lake Show, but the Big Ten tournament is just beginning. Last week, Northwestern lacrosse began their march towards their third consecutive tournament title. Kicking off its 2025 Big Ten tournament campaign, number 1 seed women's lacrosse traveled to College Park, Maryland for a big-time showdown with number 5 seed Johns Hopkins. Going to go early into the first quarter now, and you dishing it around the field, and Lauren Archer cuts in the middle right in front of the goal and throws it in to give the Cats the first score. Cats are going to go up 5-2 early in the second, and Nikki Miles evades multiple defenders as she approaches the goal and shoots it right in. 6-2 Northwestern. But Johns Hopkins, tough team they're facing here. They're going to hang right in there. Lacey Downey has a clear path to the goal and puts it past Delaney Schweitzer. Northwestern clung on to a fragile 7-8 lead going into the, or 7-6 lead rather, going into the halftime break. Fast forward to the end of the third here, and Sam Smith nails a free position shot. Northwestern beginning to open the lead a bit in the second half, but Johns Hopkins was feisty all game long. Downey finds Samantha DiCarlo right in front of the goal, who puts the ball in the net to bring the Blue Jays back within one. 6 minutes left. Cats looking for something to give, and Lucy Monroe finds Taylor LaPointe, who slams it home for the Cats, a crucial goal here in the fourth. The Blue Jays going to add one more here, but it's not enough. The Cats came away with a 16-15 victory in College Park, just one win away from their third consecutive Big Ten title.
And it is time. Third-ranked Northwestern faces off against 7th-ranked Maryland, and it all comes down to this for the Big Ten title. Early lead for Maryland here as they go up 3-1 after a Lauren LaPointe shot that goes past Schweitzer. Northwestern struggles with fouls this half. Corey Edmondson, with a textbook free position, puts it past Delaney Schweitzer. Maryland up 5-2 going into the half. But for Northwestern lacrosse, the game is far from over. Maddie Taylor with a shot after a pass to Aditi Foster, who actually shoots it from the 8 yards. 3 minutes to go, Wildcats still down, but not for long, as Emerson Bowling launches it in to tie the game at 6 for the first time since the first 5 minutes. And with the game on the line, who else but Taylor, who scores from range as she puts the Cats ahead, but only slightly before getting ejected. Cats down a player, and Edmondson is back at the line for the Terrapins. She takes another free position and scores her 4th goal of the day, putting the ball to Schweitzer's left once again. Time running down with 20 seconds on the clock. Bolig finds Foster down by the cage. She goes up and in to give the Cats the game clincher with 15 seconds to go. Final play for Maryland, and it's Edmondson again with a chance on a free possession. There's 2 seconds on the clock. Will she get it? And she does not. There you go. Edmondson's last gasp attempt to seal the game and the tournament. Northwestern defends its crown in the Big Ten and three-peats as champions for the first time in Northwestern history. Honestly, who's surprised? The Cats get a victorious week off before they are up and running again for another title in the NCAA tournament.
Don't go anywhere, because we've got oodles of Diamond Sports action when we come back.
Trying to work my way out of the prison system was the most difficult challenge of my life. It only became tangible once I became a Northwestern student.
One, two, three, four.
My relationship with Giannis is unique. We're from the same country, we're from the same city. Being a Northwestern alum, I think, has tremendous advantages in the sports industry. To me, that community, it's been with me for 20 plus years.
Welcome back to Sports Night. We got some great baseball and softball highlights to catch up on.
You know who has had his fair share of baseball highlights?
Trent Lyolis.
Oh, I was actually thinking of Shedeur Sanders' college football coach. On the heels of a rough series loss in Lincoln, the Cats head back home for a series against new Big Ten foes in the Washington Huskies. A true Big Ten test for Northwestern at Rocky and Bernice Miller Park, with the Huskies towards the top half of the conference standings. Top of the first, Sam DiCarlo makes quick work of Blake McMillan and drives the ball to left field for a single. Huskies take an early one-run lead, but DiCarlo knows the visitors are far from done in this one. Jumping to the fifth with a big Washington lead, A.J. Guerrero gives this ball a ride all the way to center, and what are the odds? It bounces off the flagpole. Guerrero thinks he has a stand-up double, but Taggart saw it all the way. It's a two-run homer. The Huskies easily take Game 1 19-4. Saturday is a new day for the Cats, but they are stuck in their Friday ways. Kaysen Taggart turns on one, and there is no doubt that ball is gone. Another early lead for the Huskies and a tough break for Sam Leboki and the Cats. Bases loaded in the top of the sixth, and Jackson Hotchkiss does not miss this opportunity. He blasts this one all the way to left field. No play for not at the wall. A grand slam pushing the game out of Northwestern's reach. Washington takes the series with a 14-4 Game 2 victory. Going on to Game 3, Cats have an early lead, and Ryan Kucherak extends it. A solo shot to left field with no chance for a snag, his 12th of the year. Wildcats with a 4-run lead in the third inning. Tyler Gannis with a chance to pile it on in the seventh. He gets a hold of one that drops in left center field. Lyolis and Knott scamper home to add on 2 runs. And that would end up being enough to save the Cats from a series sweep. Northwestern takes it 10-4 and leaves a tough series with a bit of optimism. Going on to the midweek, baseball wrapped up its homestand on Tuesday with a matchup against the Butler Bulldogs. The Cats took an early 3-0 lead in the first. Tyler Gannis leading off in the second, and he blasts a solo shot to the opposite field. The grad student's third homer of the year gives the Cats a 4-run lead. The home run party would keep going in the third inning. Red-hot Ryan Kucherak hits a no-doubter for his 13th home run and 4th in the last 5 games. Next up for the Cats is Owen McElpatrick, and guess what? He goes back-to-back, crushing one over the fence in left field to extend the Cats' lead to 6. And then we're going to have some history in the bottom of the fifth. Trent Lyolis with this solo home run moved into sole possession of the Northwestern single-season home run record with 16. The Cats would go on to defeat Butler 11-7, earning their 20th victory of the season. Our very own Anna Watson caught up with Lyolis after the game.
Can you walk me through that at-bat and what you were seeing and what you were looking for in the home run?
Yeah, well, thank you, first of all. I really appreciate it.
To be honest, it was it kind of went by quick. I'm not gonna lie. It kind of all happened really fast. Just looking for a fastball. We knew it wasn't throwing not throwing a lot of strikes in the past. So just kind of being patient, waiting for a good pitch, and I got it and worked out pretty well.
What does it mean to you to finally, have this accolade? You've been sort of shooting for it this whole season, it looks like.
Yeah, it's been a lot. Definitely, it's a big relief, to be honest. I mean, I've definitely been struggling recently, so it feels good to get it out of the way and just be able to focus and not think about it.
Liolis and the squad will head down I-65 this weekend for a 3-game set against Purdue.
Following a dominant win earlier in the week against UIC, softball looks to round out their season on a high note. The Cats welcome the Wisconsin Badgers to the J for their final home series of the season, hoping to get a win at home. Northwestern's offense wasted no time getting to work as Bridget Donahue at the plate. She hits one down the right field line that just falls fair. Kelsey Nader comes home to score as Donahue pulls into second with a double. Next batter up was Izzy Kania, and she kept the 2-out rally going. She pokes one the other way, bringing home a pair to give the Cats an early 3-0 lead. And they did not look back from there. Lauren Skiborski added a solo homer in the bottom of the fourth to give Northwestern their 10th run of the afternoon. They went on to absolutely dominate Wisconsin, 11-3 in only 5 innings. In Game 2, it was a different story, however, with Wisconsin jumping out to an early lead thanks to this from Emmy Wells. This 3-run bomb was her 8th of the season and helped the Badgers kickstart a strong offensive day. Wisconsin would pull away with it here in the 4th inning as Kendra Lewis pushes one over the fence in left for the Badgers' second 3-run homer of the game. Wisco evens the series with an 8-2 win. We're going to jump to the bottom of the 7th of Game 3 here with Northwestern down 3-0 as Grace Nieto hits one through the hole for a base hit. One run comes home to score, and the Cats now have the tying run on base. After a Kelsey Nader sac fly, it was Kaylee Avasado up with 2 outs. She swings and drives one to deep left center, and it is out of here. Avasado walks it off for her seniors as she closes out their final moments in the J. The Cats will travel to sunny California to take on 8th-ranked UCLA in their final series of the regular season.
When we come back, we've got some postseason tennis action and so much more. Don't go anywhere.
My relationship with Giannis is unique. We're from the same country, we're from the same city. Being a Northwestern alum, I think, has tremendous advantages in the sports industry. To me, that community, it's been with me for 20 plus years.
Ready, set, go!
Welcome back to Sports Night.
Wait, who's calling my phone? Is it Stacy? Is it Becky? Wait, I'm being drafted?
No, Leo. That's probably an NFL coach's son. You're getting pranked. It's been going around lately. Have you not heard?
Well, Dang, I guess I'll just skip the NFL career then and go straight to the golf course. Northwestern men's golf headed to a windy Baltimore for the Big Ten championships this past weekend. Led by the heroics of Daniel Svard, the Cats scored a 54-hole team score of 868 to finish in 12th place in the competition. Svard had a fantastic close to the proceedings, shooting 1 under 69 to end in a tie for 19th on the individual leaderboard. Niall Shields-Donegan also shot a 69 to finish in a tie for 32nd place on the board. The Cats as a team ended the event tied in 5th for birdies made across the 3 days with a grand total of 36. In more golf news, the Cats were awarded a 6th seed in the NCAA Tallahassee Regional with their 9th consecutive regional appearance. The tournament will start on May 12th and will run through May 14th.
After finishing their regular season just above 500 at 13-12, Northwestern women's tennis headed into the Big Ten tournament looking to keep their season alive. The 10th-seeded Wildcats faced off against the in-state rival 7th-seed Illinois, ranked 42nd in the country. They squared off in Ojai, California, as NU searched for their first win of the season after suffering 2 losses to the Fighting Illini in the regular season. Illinois opened the matchup with a pair of doubles wins in the number 3 and 1 positions, although Northwestern's duo Mika Dagen-Fruxman and Erica Jessel squeezed in a victory in the 2 position in between. With hope still alive for the Cats heading into singles matches, Illinois slashed their dreams of a win with absolute domination. The Illini took the first set on 5 of the 6 courts, with Brittany Lau serving as the lone outstander. After Erica Jessel's loss in the 1 position, the Cats were down to their last legs, and strong efforts from Kylie Rabjohns and Dagen-Fruxman weren't enough as they lost in the 5 and 6 spots to Ariel Madatali, and Kasha Treber, respectively. Northwestern season has officially come to an end with a 13-13 overall and 6-7 Big Ten record to show for it.
Northwestern men's tennis traveled to Columbus, Ohio to take on Michigan in the Big Ten tournament. Despite playing in the den of their rivals, the Wolverines were comfortable on the hard courts. Michigan defeated Northwestern 4-0, knocking the Wildcats out of the Big Ten tournament in the first round. Felix Nordby and Chad Miller were able to take a set each from Bjorn Swenson and Alex Cairo, but Northwestern did not win a set in any of the other matches. Michigan took home 2 doubles victories and 3 singles victories to finish off the 4-0 team victory and move on to the second round. The Wildcats finished the season 12-17 with a 4-9 record in Big Ten play, but looking on the bright side, the Cats will return 7 of the team's 10 players for next year.
In the world of running, there's only one place that runners dream of getting to, and no, it's not the finish line. It's Philadelphia. Northwestern Sky Ellis and Anna Hightower were invited to the Penn Relays last Thursday. Both Wildcat runners put up impressive performances in the oldest track meet in the U.S. Ellis and Hightower were both placed in the second heat of the 5,000-meter run, and both runners found their way to the top of the heap pretty quickly. Ellis rose to 5th by the 2,000-meter mark, and Hightower was close behind in 7th. As the final lap approached, both runners were in the top 5. When the dust settled, Ellis finished 2nd in the heat with a time of 16:15.62, and Hightower was close behind with a time of 16:24.56, good for 4th in the heat. Both runners finished in the overall top 20, with Ellis earning 14th and Hightower 18th. Both runners also set season best by nearly 20 seconds. Northwestern Cross Country is back in action tomorrow at the Wisconsin Twilight in Madison.
Hey, I thought of another Sanders joke.
Let's give the poor guy a break from catching strays. Instead, let's catch the Cats.
Lots of opportunities to do so at that, starting with cross country this Friday evening at the Badger Challenge.
Then you got softball heading to Los Angeles for 3 games against UCLA.
And baseball will too hit the road again, this time to face Purdue.
Before we go full steam into the Mayflowers, stick around for the rundown of this week's April showers because it rained cats. Plays of the week are next.
I'm Kelly McEvers, founding host of the NPR podcast Embedded.
I'm James Edwards, host of the Unresolved podcast from Frontline.
I'm Antonia Cereijido, former senior producer of Anything for Selena podcast and current executive producer at Elias Studios.
My narrative, since I've been locked up and kind of made my transition, has been like redemption, accountability.
When I come into the classroom environment, every individual that sits amongst me takes education seriously.
My relationship with Giannis is unique. We're from the same country, we're from the same city. Being a Northwestern alum, I think, has tremendous advantages in the sports industry. To me, that community, it's been with me for 20 plus years.
Welcome back to Sports Night. I'm Lexi Jordan alongside Leo Tesler.
Lexi, it's been a great show so far, but I think I'm ready to say goodbye.
Wait, Leo, I feel like something's off. Do you know what it is?
Oh yeah, we forgot plays of the week.
And
what a week in Northwestern sports. Let's wrap it up.
Number 3, we're going to the softball field. Northwestern down to their last out, and Kaylee Avasado blasts it to center for the win. Late game drama at the J.
And in the number 2 spot, we go back to the Diamond, where Trent Liolis etches his name into the record books. Hits his 16th home run of the season for the NU single season record.
And at number 1, Big Ten championship action, biggest stage, 20 seconds to go, and a DT Foster gets free in the fan for the game-winning shot and the Big Ten title.
That'll do it for us here on SportsNight. Thank you so much for spending part of your May 1st with us.
Before you go, please be sure to follow us on Instagram at @NNN_sports and on Twitter at NNN Sports. For Lexi Jordan, I'm Leo Tesler. Have a great rest of your evening.